guys, so today I thought it'd be a good day to make a video. I mean, why not? So I just threw out my hair and I was trying to think of what video topics I could talk about. Soon I will be talking about the moon phase because I know I touched on it in my prednisone video, but I'd like to talk about it again. But in today's video, I'll be talking about preparing for your doctor's appointment. And this is a question that I've gotten quite a few times from people on YouTube or just my subscribers just asking me, hey, I'm newly diagnosed, or I think I have lupus, or I think I have such and such, and then just what they should do or what they should expect from a doctor's appointment. So I'm going to let you guys know. I'm going to tell you my info, and also, as always, in the comments below, please let me know if you have any other suggestions. So the first thing that I wrote down is to write down all your symptoms and any questions you have, literally anything, because you know you're going to be paying that copay or whatever you have to pay for your doctor's visit, and they should take the time to answer your questions and really listen to you. And some doctors don't do that, and it really depends on the doctor what you should expect. So I wrote down some general questions that you should ask. At the time of my diagnosis, I was 14, so obviously I don't really remember much. I remember just being really confused, and I went to my general practitioner first, and at that doctor, she was actually very upfront and knew right away, hey, I have to get this girl to a specialist. She got me to a rheumatologist, and then once I went there, I remember asking in the car, I was like, what is she going to do to me? Or I didn't know what to expect, and my mom, she's like, she might have you test your strength and all that, and really she just did a full like check of my joints, looked at my hands, bent my arms, and she still does that when I go in. And yes, I do have the same doctor that I've had since the beginning. So some questions that you can ask are just general questions about like what's going on, what is my diagnosis, what do you think the options are, or and then what are you testing for in the blood work, what's the blood work say, and just talk about it, ask questions, because when I was first diagnosed, we didn't know I had lupus for the first few months. Even though she had it written down as a diagnosis, she wasn't very good at communicating, and in the beginning we weren't very sure if this was the right doctor for me, and we ended up getting second opinion, which is a good idea, because personally I think that everyone should get a second opinion, because you know every doctor is different, and it's always good to see what they have to say, and just good. Second opinions are good. But anyway, so now we love my doctor, and she's very thorough, and she makes sure that everything's going right, and I think that is one of the reasons why I'm doing so well. And that's why I have stayed with my pediatrician rheumatologist, because I can still go there. The insurance has let me, and she's just helped me to get to where I am. And you know, I'm also a good patient too, and I listen to the doctor. For the most part, if you disagree, you want to consult other doctors and ask, but, you know, I take my meds on time, I take care of myself. So I think now she respects me more because of that. So when you write down your symptoms and your questions, make sure that you write down every symptom, every little thing, and I also advise keeping a journal, because sometimes we get pains, like I'll have this heart pain, or I'll have pain in my wrist or something, and then all of a sudden it comes up again in the next month, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember having this pain, but when did I have it? Because there's so many things happening with lupus, it's good to write those things down. And I actually keep a journal now, so I can know when I have my bad, painful days. Another question to ask yourself is, when did the symptoms begin? And of course, they're going to ask you about family history, so know if anyone in your family has any other autoimmune diseases, if we're speaking in lupus terms, or anything else. Like my grandma, she had, oh my gosh, I can never pronounce this word. I'm just going to put it up here, Scrogen's, Scrogen, I don't know. You guys, I'm horrible with words. I've asked my parents so many times how to pronounce it right, but I just can't get it. And my cousin also has it. So that autoimmune is in my family, but lupus, I'm the first one. Lucky me. No. Okay, so other questions that are good to ask are, and these are to ask yourself too, and tell your doctor these things. Like what, if anything, what triggers your flares or what makes you worse. When are your symptoms worse? Like for me, it's in the morning. Here's a big one. Tell them how much pain you're in. Don't lie to them. Don't act it off. Tell them exactly how much pain you're in. And I had problems with this all the time, and I still do. And when I went to the hospital for pleurisy one time, I told them, she asked me how much pain I was in on the pain scale, and I said 6, which is like, you're okay, you can get through it, you're not gonna die. And then I remember going into the hospital room, and I was dying. I was like, oh my gosh, Mom, cut off my head. Actually, I couldn't even speak because it hurt so bad. And I was done in that moment, and my pain went up to a 9. So, I mean, probably worse. I don't even know, it was probably a 10 at that moment because it was very, very painful. And I just remember then they tried to get the IV in, and it was very difficult. It took forever, and it was just not a fun experience, let me tell you that. So I wish I would have said, hey, my pain is a 9, so get the morphine in me. But I'm allergic to morphine, so get the pain stuff in me. So yeah, know your pain scale and know your symptoms. Know all of that. Every little detail counts. Let's see, I think that's, also bring someone with you, because sometimes having 4 years is better than 2. And it's good to just have that extra person in there too, and they can ask questions and know, like I had my parents with me, obviously I was younger, now I go by myself, but you know, that's what I'm talking about. Also, I'd like to hear your guys' stories, so if you, for your first time visit to your specialist or just about your diagnosis, share your story below, and that allows everyone to be able to read and, you know, read your experiences and compare theirs to yours and, you know, all that fun stuff. So for me, it was actually pretty easy to get diagnosed, but we didn't know my diagnosis. All my doctor told me was to stay out of the sun. And I remember her saying it's either rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, or the one I can't pronounce. So it was one of those, but it ended up being lupus, obviously. And I was diagnosed in March. So my 5-year anniversary is coming up. Yeah, 5-year anniversary is coming up March. Woo! I'll have to have a party for that, you know. My 5 years. That's a milestone right there. 10-year, 15-year, 20-year. I'll be 75, and woo, it's gonna be a long time. But we gotta be proud of it. Gotta be proud of how far we've come, and all that is just, it's awesome. If you think back to just how fast the time has gone, I can't believe I'm at 5 years. I remember it being a year and just being like, man, this is gonna be hard. And now I'm doing really well, and I'm very, very thankful for that. And I know that every day I wake up, and when I watch you guys, because I see how bad some people have it, and I know I can get like that, and all I can say is please take care of yourselves, put your health first. Your health is number one. You are number one. You and your body and your health is number one. And I know it's hard and it may sound selfish, but it's true. And here I go, I'm getting all emotional on you guys. I shouldn't be getting emotional. I'm not on my prednisone anymore, but it's okay. It's been a week and a few days without prednisone. But now I'm just babbling, and this video is going to be long as ever. So I'm going to go. Expect a new video soon, and I'll talk to you guys later, and I hope you guys are being healthy, and I love you guys. thank you for watching, and please let me know your experiences. I love reading the comments. I check it pretty much every couple hours, honestly. Well, unless I'm in school, but I do check it all the time. And I like writing back to you guys, and I appreciate it. I appreciate your views. So thank you, and that's why I do this, is for you guys, and that's all I want to say. I always do this, I don't want to leave. Bye guys.